Welcome back, True Seeker. We've been watching for big earthquakes in California. When Scorpio concluded, we thought there potentially could be a big one in the time of Scorpio. There was one on the first day of Scorpio, as we imagined, a 4.4, 44 days after California State's birthday. It's 174th birthday. And that matters because San Andreas has the gematria of 174, whereas earthquake equates to 44. But when Scorpio passed, I said, we're going to have to watch out for the next date, December 6th. Again, December 6th, it's been a date of noteworthy earthquakes in the world in the past. And it's not quite December 6th, it's the day before. I'm reminded of when Southern California had a major quake on July 4th and then an even bigger one the next day, July 5th. Again, I'll get to why December 6th matters. But let's just start right here with the 7.0 magnitude quake as it's been reported. It's interesting that it's a 7.0. That's a big earthquake. Today's date numerology is 7. Again, you get the date numerology by just adding up the days of the month as a mathematical equation. December 5th, 2024 becomes 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4. That equates to 16. The numerology of 16 is 1 plus 6 is 7. And with regards to a quake coming on this day, today leaves 26 days in the year. The word quake equates to 26. They're saying the epicenter was near Eureka, California. Eureka has a gematria value of 25. Tomorrow will leave 25 days left in the year. The recurring theme with earthquakes in the world that I do not think are Mother Nature, with the 6th day of the 12th month, is what's in Revelation 6:12. That verse goes, "And I beheld when he had opened the 6th seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake." So let's hope there's not an earthquake tomorrow, but again, this was the date I brought up when we talked about Scorpio passing without the big one landing, and thankfully so. But again, this does come the day before the next day in question. So be safe, people in California and people worldwide. I'm on the West Coast. They say the worst earthquake to come will smash the city of Seattle. They say that's actually on the most volatile fault line. And that's what makes Seattle one of the most dangerous cities to live in the world. If you look it up, there's a ranking of the most dangerous cities to live in the world. Seattle's high up on that list because of the fault line and also because of Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier is an active volcano, and if it erupted again, people south of Seattle would be in real big trouble. They'd probably be under mud and lava. That's South Seattle, Tacoma, etc., Renton. But again, people should look into what this nation's really up to. The militarism, what Jesse Ventura revealed on his show years ago on conspiracy theory. He said when he was a Navy SEAL, they planned a lot of bombs along fault lines. He said in one of those episodes that a lot of these earthquakes are not Mother Nature. You might recall the mega quakes in Southern California, again on the nation's birthday and then the day after. The epicenters were on military bases. And if you've never seen my work on the 1989 World Series earthquake, you should definitely go back and revisit that. So, but yeah, 7.0, that's a big quake. That is a big quake. So hopefully everyone's property is all right. And like I said, California is going to be 174 years old until September 9th next year. And again, San Andreas has that gematria of 174. And just for the record, we had the first day of Scorpio circled for an earthquake, and that was the day you got the 4.4, 44 days after the state's birthday. But the other thing that was real interesting about Scorpio is The Rock, the movie star. He's in that movie San Andreas. That is what it's called, San Andreas. And the first day of Scorpio was 174 days after his birthday. And of course, he's also the Scorpion King. And if you missed it, we also explained why there was going to be another earthquake earlier this year, 96 days after his birthday. And there was. That was the one that hit Bakersfield. They said that one was a 5.5. But remember in the movie San Andreas, the plot is there's a 0.6 magnitude quake. So the day that the Bakersfield earthquake happened was 96 days after The Rock's birthday. The 4.4 on the first day of Scorpio was 174 days after his birthday. And again, the state of California is 174 years old. If you're new here, Gematria is the Kabbalistic practice of coding numbers into words. Again, you learn this code, you'll see the ritualism that's really going on in this country and how pretty much every day it's news by the numbers, and a lot of things that are supposedly Mother Nature are not, and supposedly pandemics that just came out of nowhere are not. You see like how the name of that pandemic virus is 56, just like Gavin Newsom. If you forgot what he said when he locked down your state, California, he said 56% of you will get it in 8 weeks. That was his reason for locking it down. And of course, 8 weeks is 56 days, and there are about a bazillion 56 rituals all across the world with the scandemic. But again, the military behind that whole jam program, just like the military is behind a lot of things, including the ground quaking. And like I said, today leaves 26 days left in the year. Quake's got that gematria 26. Quake's also 55, like earthquake itself. Earthquake's 44, like we talked about, 55 as well. Military's 44, 55, 107, like earthquake. The 1989 World Series earthquake, the last thing shown on TV before it cut to fuzz was Jose Canseco 107 days after his birthday, and his name's 107. And if you missed my work on the 1989 World Series earthquake, The Rock, and what's going on this year, you should go back and check out all that stuff because there is a lot more to this. But yeah, I don't think this is Mother Nature, and the reporting of a 7 magnitude on 7 date numerology is also a bit suspicious. And with all these tsunami warnings, I honestly forget the gematria tsunami. Interesting. So tsunami's got the 97, which is the 25th prime, and 25. Tomorrow leaves 25 days left in the year. Again, Earth's 25. And 52, like The Rock, is 52 years old, born on May 2nd, 5-2, a date that can be written 2-5. And again, I hope nothing happens tomorrow, but I did mention December 6th again. For years, we've been pointing out the December 6th. The December 6th pattern with quakes. And here's the one other thing about December. December's got the 55-44 as well, like earthquake. And years ago, again, I had a specific prediction for an earthquake on December 6th that ended up being a 5.5, just like the Bakersfield quake 96 days after The Rock's birthday was a 5.5. But I do suspect that as long as California is 174, there's going to be a lot of shaking going on through the whole state. And again, like I said, you got valuable things. Might be a good year to keep them lower, further back on the shelf, things around them so they don't fall off. And also just, never live in fear, but live with your head on a swivel. So, yeah, hope everyone's all right and their property's okay up in Northern California. But again, I think this is going to be a trend. California's going to be 174 years old until September 9th, 2025. And speaking of 2025 on the horizon, we were just saying tomorrow leaves 25 days, and then through a lot of the year, you'll have this 174 thing going on. And let me think about that. September 9th, so today'd be 87 days after the state's birthday. That means tomorrow's 44 days after that earthquake on the first day of Scorpio that was a 4.4. And actually, yeah, tomorrow is 88 days after the state's birthday, and of course California has that 88 as well as 52, like The Rock's 52 years old, born on May 2nd. And the more important thing about The Rock being 52 is, again, the first act of weather warfare was admitted to in 1952. Earthquakes, not exactly weather, but that harp utensil, it can manipulate weather and the ground. And harp as well, 26 days left in the year, just like Quake's got the 26. So I think those are the main points for now, Truth Seeker. Again, be safe. All the people on the West Coast, head with us on a swivel. I'm up here in Washington State, so Yeah. And again, in case you've just came across this video and you're unaware of this information, before you dismiss it, you should look into everything. You might recall the 7-4 big quake on the military base, energy 74, weapons 74, nuclear 74. When the World Trade Centers were turned to dust, that was on the 74th meridian in Manhattan. Like, the Manhattan Project was to develop these weapons. But yeah, that was a huge quake on 7-4. And just for the record, holiday 74. You take the alphabetic order with numerology, Independence Day 74. We're in the holiday season. Let me make sure my math's correct here. September 9th, that's definitely California's birthday, to tomorrow, is that 88 days later? It is, 88. And if I'm not mistaken, I think when you run the alphabetic order in reverse, weapon is also 88. Well, today would be the 88th day of the state's age. Let's just hope it's done here. Let's hope they just did it a day early and this is as bad as it's going to get. But December 6th is the more intriguing date because of Revelation 6:12. Again, today'd be the 88th day of the state's age if you counted the span of days, rather than 87 days later. Tomorrow will be 88 days after the state's birthday. But yeah, I don't think that's Mother Nature, Truth Seeker. I think that's business as usual by the military-industrial complex. And again, understand the incentive. You destroy people's property. You destroy government property. The government needs a loan. Those central bankers make money. That's why people have been educated about it for forever. A lot of wars are instigated by bankers. Weather warfare, ground warfare, quake warfare, germ warfare. Banks make money. And that's why Thomas Jefferson said if you ever have a central bank, it'll end up controlling the nation and its policy. And think about this kind of policy, using military technology to destroy property for the sake of power and control. And again, you might wreck some people so hard that they just got to move on or to some other place. There's no recourse. The insurance isn't helping them out. And now somebody else is buying up that land for pennies on the dollar. Hey, Bill Gates just acquired another farm. You know what I mean? This type of thing. People got to wise up or we're all going to get wiped out. Till next time.